welcome to Psychic Medium Tony Green. I am Tony Green, the Psychic Medium, here to give you approximately 60 minutes of questions, answers, and connections to loved ones up above. Um, so let's get started. Let's do this. First and foremost, don't get scammed. I will never reach out to you. Never, ever. I will not send you anything saying you need work or a reading. Anybody who does reach out to you, whether they're pretending to be me or not, um, is probably scamming you. I will be answering calls on Podbean. So if you're listening live on Podbean, after I do the intro songs and names, I will be taking callers there. So please be patient. I go live every Monday and Wednesday on YouTube to answer your questions. So if you'd like to ask questions or connect with loved ones, you can do that in the chat on YouTube. I cannot see the comments during the show, so I cannot answer questions in the comments. And if you want to put a question in the chat on Podbean, you can do that, or you can use Podbean to call in. Okay, the show does go live on WSCS and Rude Rangers TV. Both of them are television stations that have streaming stations, radio stations, podcasts, all of the above, and then some. Affiliate stations, all of it, the whole thing. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I've caught everything. I do private sessions. The only way to get a private session is to go to my website, which is in the description, book that session, and then call me and we schedule. I do sessions over the phone, and if you get a session, I don't send you something recorded. You're actually talking to me, asking me questions, follow-up questions, whatever it is. Okay, I do have 7 books. The link is in the description. I think that's everything. I pretty much think that's everything. If I forgot something throughout the show, it'll come. Okay, if you have a question, please put it in the chat. Let the question be an exact question about life, love, career, finances. I may have to repeat this during the show. If you want to connect with a loved one, please give me your loved one's first name and their relationship to you. And if you have a specific question for your loved one, put that with the message. Okay. At 1 question or connection per person to try to get through everybody. Once I've gotten through everybody, then you can ask second questions and or connections. If you do have a lot of questions or your question entails a lot, you might want to consider a private session at that point. Okay, so here we go. You guys, I just want to say this real quick. My nose is itching, but that's not what I want to say. If you are in business for yourself, or you want to go in business for yourself, on social media, there are so many entrepreneurs doing things I wouldn't even, it's so crazy. Somehow or another, I ended up on this side of the social media, the TikTok, and it's insane how many people are coming up with business ideas that are so awesome and so cool and so easy. You don't need a storefront. You don't need any of it. You can do it from your home. And so, for example, this cake pop thing, and the way they're doing desserts for events. It used to be just a cake. Now they're making little mini desserts of all types that are very fancy, all these cake pops. One of the things I was scrolling, and one of the things that I saw that blew me away, you know how they have food trucks? Well, now they have cake pop booths and trucks. So if you just want to do events, you can bake mini cakes or cake pops and then have people decorate them at the event, like bring the fixings, kind of like the charcuterie board, build your own charcuterie board. But at the event, people come up and tell you what they want on it, and you decorate their cake right in front of them and put the toppings. It is, if there's something you are talented in, let me tell you, if you're even a little bit creative or can copy an idea, do it. People in Ohio, for example, are not going to go to the same events as people in Idaho. So get on that side of social media and start look at what's going on. It is interesting. There are people doing people's laundry, folding their laundry, like washing and drying and folding their laundry. They charge per pound, and they're bringing in an extra like $2,000 a month in some cases once they're up and known and doing. I would have never thought of doing somebody else's laundry because, well, I really don't like to do my own. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Anything you do that you can do for somebody else, it's there. If you like to do it, if you don't mind folding sheets and towels and whatever else, I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. The other thing I was thinking when I was looking at this, there are so many people coming up now with baking cakes and doing cake pops and doing these desserts and decorating them. If you don't have that skill or talent or want to do that, you can be a person that facilitates that. So you can just rent a space, like in a big space. I forget what they're called, and put it together so people can rent from you, come in and use the space to make their stuff. So they have the industrial like ovens and such to bake all of this. It is amazing that if you just look, the things you can, there are these little people with either booths or trucks or even carts that they set up. One woman has a bike, and it's like ice cream with a bike, and she makes all the stuff at home, but then takes it to an event. And her bike, it's a very cool little fancy bike, and with a basket in the back, a big basket in the back. And she has these ice creams at the event that people can come and get the ice creams. If you have a cool idea or you even copy somebody's idea or add to it, you would be amazed. Just that little niche, that little difference that people will talk about and how quickly it will spread and how amazing it will go. And I will say this, in every business, there's ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and you do have to, be ready to build your business and do everything you can. A lot of these people who do these mini desserts or cake decorating, and I will say this, there's a guy that bakes these cakes that are beyond what I could even imagine. And right now I'm on all the cake things, but look, there's this too. They show things from other countries that are not quite here yet. So there's like cotton candy vending machines. You can get a cotton candy vending machine. There's another one with coffee where they're taking and putting the coffee in a thick chocolate cup, and then the coffee, so you actually eat the cup too. If you just let your imagination go and your creativity go, you would be amazed. If you see an idea and you go with it and take it even further, you could be quite amazed at what you could come up with. And the coffee in the cup, or the chocolate coffee cup, I can hear everybody saying, "Oh, but that would melt." Well, maybe it's iced coffee. Or maybe that's the idea. It's not a lot of coffee. Maybe it's just like a shot of coffee and then you eat the chocolate. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know the details of all of that. But what I'm getting at is anything that's a little special, anything that's a little different, anything that's a little fancy. Excuse the word fancy. But a lot of these things, when I'm looking at them, I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, that is insane. Like an espresso bar, or like just you could. I don't drink coffee, and when I was watching these, I came up with 4 different coffee ideas. 4 different ways to make coffee work that are very fancy. And no, I'm not going to say them on air because I might use one of them or 2 of them. Yeah. Any kind of cake. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And if you just watch it and you want to either bring in extra money or go off on your own, and what people are making off of some of these businesses is, it's not small. There's one lady with her cake pop up, where she goes to events and she'll sell between 500 and 600 cake pops at one event, and they sell out in an hour. And she prepares them all at home throughout the before the event, and then they just go and they sell them. And something like that, it's one of those things that when you're at an event, you're going to pay that extra money for it. It's unique, it's different. Just saying. Yeah, cake pop, Crash Pod Queen says cake pop business are huge right now and very hard work. They can be very hard work. I've never made a cake pop. My nieces have made cake pops. But what I will say this is that if you like something and you enjoy doing it, I mean, it's hard work to go into a job you hate every day or deal with coworkers or a boss you don't like too. What hard work are you going to choose? Building your own future, building somebody else's future. I don't know. I would rather build my own future and business than somebody else's. And if you have an idea, let's say you're not creative like that, but you have an idea for a podcast, I will tell you right now 20 different podcasts that would take off like wildfire. Missing children. Just get on and talk about the children who have gone missing within that week. Wanted felons. Do a podcast on wanted felons with photos. Yes, especially per area. In Florida today, they are looking for boom, boom, boom. In California, these are the top 3 felons and the rewards. That will take off. And what they did, or supposedly did, Another podcast, elder abuse. Get it out there. Financial abuse and elder abuse. There are so many stories. Let people come on and tell their story about how somebody came into your mom, your grandmom's life and totally manipulated them and changed their will. or took their money, spent their money, get that out there. That's a lot of what the Reddit stories are about, stuff like that. But there's three right there. You don't even the content creates itself. It just creates itself on those types of podcasts. If you already have a business, put it out there. I mean, there are so many things we can do that just with a little, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but it can really grow quite substantially, quite quickly, and become very popular. Okay. Um, let people come on and talk about do a podcast where people just come on and tell about the situation they're in right now, just their situation and how they got there. You'd be amazed at the number of people that just don't have someone to tell their story to, and they just need to tell their story. You could do true crimes, people who are victims of crimes that come on, and you know why I think that's such a great and necessary podcast? Because if it happened to one person, it's going to happen to the next. Like, people who commit these crimes, a lot of people are committing them, and the more we know what crimes are going on out there, the more we can protect ourselves from them. You can just do a whole podcast 5 days a week on the way I have to watch my words here, on the new ways they are mistreating or taking children and women. They come up with new ideas every day on how to get kiddos. Yeah, you could do a whole podcast on that if you wanted to. If you wanted to. I mean, look, we are 17 minutes into the show, and most of this has been talking about ways that you can do something on the side or just run with it and make it your whole thing. Your whole thing. In another country, I don't know what it's. I think it is in London. They're doing this whole Dubai chocolate thing where they just take the freshest, best strawberries and they put their like Belgian chocolate over it, which is melted chocolate, milk chocolate. And I mean, people are paying $12 for a little fruit shaped dessert that has like strawberries and cream, and it's on the outside it looks like a strawberry, but on the inside it has like strawberry and cream, like I don't know what it's called, custard or something like that in it, because it has something different. It's something to talk about. If you own a business, if you own a bakery, if you tell those people podcast influencers, thank you, tell influencers if they come and they do a review on your food or your food truck or whatever you have, you will you'll do whatever you can do. They'll get their stuff free if they give a good review. If they don't, well, yeah, they don't. Anyway, there are so many different ways. There are people that literally travel to try food. That's how, yeah. So if you can get on that side of whatever social media, like there's one guy that says that, I'm going to do a business idea every single day for the entire year. And some of them are from other countries, which is great because that means they're just not here yet. And a lot of them are vending machines that like create a mini cake, and you pick your frosting and you pick your toppings in a vending machine. In a vending machine, right? Yeah, we have cake, boss cake, dispensing machine in my hometown. There you go. And that's from Crash Pod Queen. Here's another one. This woman bakes. It's crazy. She has in like her driveway, her garage driveway. So it's a home business, home business. She has a stand. Like I've seen this with eggs and such, where they have chickens and they put the eggs in. You put your money in you get your carton of eggs or whatever. But this woman does it with cakes and baked goods. There's a refrigerated part and then a non-refrigerated part, and you go and you get baked goods from her pop-up little thing in her driveway. I mean, if anything you can do, anything that you're willing to do, anything that you're comfortable doing, you can literally turn it into a business. You really can. And if you're tired of it, start teaching. Do a whole, if you remodel homes and you're tired of remodeling, open a training program to teach people how to do this or this, how to appropriately paint a room, how to, that could be 6 weeks, once a week, how to tape off, how to remove the tape, what tape to use, what brushes you use for this, and then go into more like, this is how to do fancy painting. Fancy seems to be my word of the day. If you clean and you don't want to clean anymore, start teaching people. Open a whole school on how to become a certified cleaning expert. And then your part 2 of that school would be how to become a certified to clean homes, to clean businesses, to clean up crime scenes, to clean up anything, to clean up when somebody passes away, or part B, how to open your own cleaning business, go independent, how to do the bookkeeping, how to manage everything. For anything you can do, you can teach it to others also if you're done with the part of doing it yourself. And you don't have to worry, because if you do this online, most of the people that will take these courses won't even be in your area. Nobody's teaching people how to do the basics that people need. How about this? How about if we teach a lot of things? You know what's coming when I can't even get it out without laughing. Some people don't even know their own home skills, like how to properly wash dishes or do laundry or balance a checkbook or any of that stuff. Yes, Crash Pod Queen is saying yes. They don't. Start teaching it online. A 6-week course on how to manage your own home, how to clean your own home, or how to manage your checkbook, how to just that stuff, all of that. Okay. All of that. Okay. Let's get to songs, because I could spend the whole hour talking about business ideas and where to go with things and how to do them and what you can teach. And I will tell you, you don't have to know how to build a house. You should have the basics to own a business that builds homes. If you know how to hire the right people, sometimes that's all you need. That's really, truly all you need, is to know, to have the right people there, and they'll do the work if you have the capital. If you don't have the capital, learn the skills. You can start small and go from there. I was in another country, but I wish we could do this in our country, because I swear to goodness, I would be in a food truck with tortilla chips and margaritas. Even though I don't drink, I would be driving around like an adult ice cream truck, but with margaritas, daiquiris, and of course, chips and salsa. And what's that green stuff with avocado? That stuff. Yeah. Yes. Is that wrong? I don't think it's wrong. I don't. Not at all. It's not wrong. But there's even if you can't do alcohol, like there are beer trucks and such at festivals, but you can do so many different things. You can start a distillery. Okay, I need to get to I need to get to the rest of this. Okay, I need to get to the rest of this. Okay. Songs today, that song that goes, and they're singing it as I'm transitioning. The song can be a song you know, they know. It reminds you of them. When you hear it, you know they're with you, or it could be the answer to a question. Very simply. The first song is that song, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. I've got to let it show. That song is the first song. The next song is You Lift Me Up When... I'm not even going to try to sing this, you guys. I think it's like Dionne Warwick, because I keep hearing Dionne Warwick. And it's like whoever sings this, they can belt it out. They can really belt it out. The next song is On the Wings of... Okay, so if I don't know all the song, all of the verse, if I'm not getting the whole verse, just when I say the beginning, you may know it just from that, okay? And then the next song is, and I'm sorry, I'm not getting full verses today, just I'm getting one, and it's almost like somebody interrupts me to give me the next. Well, they're going into names now. It can be your name, person, place, or thing, somebody you know, somebody, a pet, confirmation though. So I'm just going to throw it all in a basket, whatever comes out. Louis or Luis. The next, it's Louis. Okay. And I see a big purple orb. The next one is Chunky Monkey. The next one is I don't know. They're not. It just went silent. How about that? Silence. Silence, I tell you. That song, You Like Me Desecrate You. Actually, I know the beat of the song, and I do know this song. I think it's by 9 Inch Nails. I know the song. I Wanna F You Like an Animal. That's the song. I actually do know that song. And I kind of, back in the day, it was a song. And Crash Pod Queen says, that's my bestie. She's coming through. And me. The next song is Back in Black, AC/DC. The next song is, there's a lot of AC/DC coming through now. I think this is AC/DC. She's got the Jack or something like that. I think it's the Jack. I don't know. But if you know AC/DC and you know the song, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to go straight into Q&A now. I'm going to start answering questions in the chat and on Pod Queen. There's a lot of interaction on Pod Queen today. On Pod Queen. Sorry, on Pod Now I can't even think of the name of it. Words are not my friend today. On the pod thing here. And because her name is Pod Queen, that's in my head now. Okay, so Betty Boop, thank you for being here. Deep, thank you for being here. Uh, okay, here we go. Deep says, Dear Toni, here's my question about career, please. I finished my work contract end of July. When do you see me getting my next contract? And will I be able to sign the work contract using my limited company instead of the client contracting me directly? Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. And the biggest thing I hear is, and they just keep repeating this statement, Deep, it's up to you, it's up to you, it's up to you. However you want to go about getting your next contract, you're going to. I do feel like you're going to get a referral. Like I'm hearing that tell a friend of a friend. So someone you know who may already be with a, a company might tell you about something. But I do feel like you're going to, one way or another, get assistance in your next contract, whether it's a company that helps you get the contract or a friend. But I feel like there's a strong emphasis on the friend part of it. And when I say friend, it could just be an associate, someone you know who works at a company that may be just like a past coworker or associate that's at a company, and they may tell you. They may say, hey, come here. But I feel like it's going to be up to you. I feel like you will get 2 or 3 offers, but you really need to be on top of it, Deep. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Aaron wants to know, happy Monday, Toni. Hey, Aaron, happy Monday. I'm going to be going back and forth between Bean. It's Podbean and and YouTube. Okay, so here we go. Still, why do you see me quitting being a nurse? Or will I retire in 30 years? You know what? Actually, Aaron, I feel like it's going to be like right around that 5-year mark. Now, of course, you have free will. You can do what you want, stay as long as you want. But I feel like right around that 5-year mark, you're going to have enough. And I don't know that you're going to quit being a nurse, but I do know you're definitely going to transition. And you can do this at any time. You may, excuse me, you guys, you may transition into the aesthetic side of nursing rather than the in hospital side. You may transition to nursing in a different way, or you may be completely onto something new. But I feel like it's going to be right around that 5-year mark that you've said, I've had enough of this. I'm going to transition to this. That doesn't mean you have to. That's just the timeline I'm getting right now for you, Aaron. Okay. Crash Pod Queen wants to know, hi, Toni. I started my career 2.5 years ago, and it's been a wild, passionate ride. I love hearing that. I love it. Do you see any big shifts, breakthroughs, or success coming soon? Yes. The answer I get while I'm reading is yes. I'm just wondering where the energy is taking me next. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm hearing offer, offer, offer. So I feel like there is an offer coming in. Now, this could be an offer to, it could be an offer of somebody wanting to, Pod Queen, I'm going down to the bottom of all the comments. Could you please tell me what is the career you're talking about? What is the career you're talking about? Hey, Drops of Jupiter. Pod Queen says, I want to change mine into, she's talking about podcasts, romance, because I sense things are happening. I'm worried. You know, it's slowly your podcast career. Thank you. I feel like somebody's going to come in and not want to partner with you, but want to make you an offer. Now I know it's a podcast and I can say what I was hearing. Like it might be a sponsor. If it's not a sponsor, it's just going to be a way to make more money off of your podcast or make money off of your podcast. One thing I'm getting is if you want to transition into romance, like I have my my show that I do that is like answering questions and stuff, but there are like 3 other shows I want to do on completely unrelated, like not answering questions, but just putting it out there, like doing a completely different podcast. So you could do literally like kind of either another one and let your like, hey, this one is this one, but join me for this one that deals with romance, or very slowly start integrating into that area. Anything relationship with podcast, I mean, relationship is it. Now, tragic relationship, romance relationship, how to meet people, that one would be huge. Anything like that in a podcast, even relationship as far as elder abuse relationship, dysfunctional family relationship, any of that is going to be very well received because relationships are the most difficult thing in the world for us to be successful or feel successful at. And it's not anyone's, like, I don't want to say it's not anyone's fault, but I am going to say we all grew up in different homes. Hopefully, if you're in an intimate relationship with somebody, you grew up in a different home than them. This isn't down south. Let's not go there. Sorry, that's poor humor. And with different beliefs and different religions and different all different, everything different, and then you come together and you think you're going to be completely compatible, not taking all of those things into account. So any relationship thing is good. And I'm going to tell you this, moving forward, anybody listening, watching, moving forward, any podcast that allows people to share in a way, especially like a call in or a give your opinion or whatever it is going to be extremely successful. Because especially over the coming years, people do not have that. Most people don't have a person to talk to tell their story to it, especially out loud. Like Reddit, if Reddit taught us anything, it's that people need to vent. People need to tell their story. That Reddit does it where people can write it in, but if you start a podcast where people can just call in and or tell their side, forget about it. And then have everybody commenting about they went through it or who's right or wrong or whatever. Yeah, that would be huge. Okay, so that's but I do get that someone's coming in, that an offer is coming in, an offer is coming in, and I do feel like this might be from a company. So if you're nervous, ask your people on your show, um, or start making one segment a month, or I don't know how often you go live, but one segment about just romance and see how many people jump on it. I will tell you, the people who are very successful as tarot readers, they do all of the romance readings, like all of that, all of it. So romance is a big thing. Romance is a huge thing for people. Okay, let me put that back there, and I'm going to come over here. Hey, Sal. Well, at least Sal, it's good that you handled it that way. Um, Looking for where I am. Jay, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. You guys, thank you for being here, for all the comments, for the questions, for the donations, for those of you who have purchased books. Thank you so much for all of your support. I love you guys so much. And one more thing, my shows have been running over. At the end of the show, I've been doing I don't know, channeling and healings and such. So even when I say, okay, I'm winding it down, like Wednesday's show went a half hour or 45 minutes over. So stick around to the end of the show. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. Hey, Kavita. Uh, Trisha. Trisha says, hi. My son is starting school this August and was wondering what you saw me doing for work next. Trisha, I feel like you're going to go back to something you did to start off with. That's not where you're going to stay, but you're going to go back to something that you did in the past, but you're going to be doing it like a little bit differently. I do feel like, Trisha, I know you're going back to work, but I feel like if you didn't have to, you wouldn't, or not have to, but your choice would be to not do that, but you're going to end up doing it. I do feel like there's the possibility, depending on what you choose, of doing something from your home that's going to be good for you. But I do also sense that you may want, like, you might feel like, I just want adult conversation. I want an office experience. I want to be interacting again. So I feel like it's going to be up to you in how you do that. Okay. But I do feel like it's something that you have done in the past. That's where you're going to start. But you will, after you do that, you're going to start doing something else also. Okay. So just so you know that. Hey, aloha, Jay. Morning, Toni. Morning, Jay. I'm at work now. I'll watch my video after 4. Question: a position opened up in a different department for a leadership role. Wonder if I should jump at I think anytime at any business an opportunity comes up, you should apply. Everybody. It does a couple of things. Number one, it shows the company that you're interested in growing in the company and that you're open to advancement and you want to do more with the company. Even if you don't get it, at least they know that you're looking at advancing. And companies, for some reason, like that. I do feel like you should apply. I'm not sure. I think they may already have an idea of who they're putting in that position, but apply. Apply anyway. You're welcome, Jay. Let me see who's next. Crash Pod Queen. I'm a private, okay, Crash Pod Queen. I love this. I can't even. I'm a private investigator in real life. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen and heard and found. I would. I would believe them all. And maybe that's Teach people how to become a private investigator. I would join that. I would. Yes, I would be taking that training immediately. Immediately, I would. With great promotion and support of others in your field when you support one another. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like most of these, uh, most of these comments she's making are based on what I said in the beginning. And she says, we listen and we don't be a good listener and don't judge out loud. Don't judge out loud. Try not to judge. I'm joking about the judging. I don't judge. I listen, we've all done things, said things, been things that we may not repeat, but in the moment they served us. That's all there is to it. Okay, Kavita says, should I sell prints of my artwork on Amazon? Yes. Whether it's going to be profitable or not, here's my thing, put it out there. It's not always about the money you will make, but the person who gets the print. Your art will align with those who are who it's meant for. Okay. There can only, this is what I'm hearing, Kavita, there can only be one original Mona Lisa, and not everybody wants a Mona Lisa, but for those who do, the print is there. Okay. I feel like if you do put it out there, it will bring a lot of energy back into your art for you. And I do also feel like it will expand it, whatever that means. Okay. And I'm just going to say this. If people do art, get it out there as much as you can, no matter what type of art you do. You don't know where those opportunities are going to lead you. Maybe somebody wants to make one of your prints into a mural wall. You never ever know, but you'll never get that offer if they don't see it. Okay, you never know where it's going to go. So get it out there, okay? I'm just going to check if there's any. I would love to be on your show, Pod Queen. Absolutely 100%. Dubai chocolate is really big in Canada. Oh my gosh, you guys, those Dubai chocolate, I quit sugar. I completely quit sugar. I don't even know how long ago, and I don't miss it. It takes 3 days to get sugar out of your body, about a week to stop having all the feelings for it. But when I see those Dubai chocolate bars, I'm ready to break everything of me not having sugar for as long as I have. With the pistachio, because I love pistachios and I love chocolate. And when I see those bars, I am just like, so happy they're not in any place that I shop. So happy. Yeah, I can imagine um, that they are absolutely incredible because they hit all the things. They have that nutty flavor, that chocolate flavor, the crunch with the kalafa. I think it's called kalafa. I'm not sure, but yeah, they hit all the salty, crunchy. Oh, but nope. Yeah. Okay, Darlene Martinez. Darlene says, anything on financial, I'm having rough time. Thank God for my ex. Darlene, go in for a review. This is just what I'm hearing. Go in for a review on your income. Go in for a review. Request a sit down and a review. And let them know. Like, ask them, because sometimes, like, sometimes this person can do this, but when you sit down with them, even though they may not be able to give you more money, they may be able to give you resources. Like if you go here, they'll help you with this, and if you go there, they'll help you with this. I do feel like that is going to be a really good avenue for you. So please consider that. Okay. Um, and I know when you're on a set income, and especially when that income is lower, it can be very, very difficult. I do feel like you are going to find something you are able to do that will be helpful. And maybe, Darlene, maybe you do start a podcast that talks about, like, because I know your daughter's in such a situation also. Maybe you start a podcast talking about how difficult it is to make it on, you know, right now, and some of the stories in your life, and allow other people to share that. Because I will tell you, I've I will just say you might be surprised at the support, financially and otherwise, that come in, and the prayers that will help you. Okay, Darlene, I hope that's helpful. Mona Lee says, "Hey Toni, I'm looking to buy a house within the next 6 months, but can't seem to find the perfect house. Can you tell me if it will happen in the next 6 months?" I feel like it might be an 8 month mark, but I'm also hearing do not settle. Do not settle. So we're in what, July? That would put us right around April of next. Is that April of January, February, March? Maybe March is 8 months. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Yes, March of next year, Mona Lee. And I feel like that is when they start putting houses on the market again. I do feel like you will find something before March, maybe October-ish, October, November. It's not going to be exactly what you're looking for or exactly what you want, but it will be nice. So you could decide to do that, but if you can wait, there's going to be something that comes up next March within the price that you want. That's going to be really good. Now, I will always also say this. Sometimes we just don't want to wait that time, and we're going to take what's there. Price, 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 Mona. Price, price, price. I do feel like housing is going to switch a bit. There's going to be a lot of changes in buying houses and having houses and selling houses coming up over the next year and a half. And I'm channeling this right now. Certain markets they're using the word flip or change dramatically. And those markets you will be able to attain very, very, very reasonably. You have to look in the right area and be patient. Now, this isn't going to all come in a year and a half. It's already started, but it's going to be happening over the next year and a half, where housing is just going to dramatically change for a lot of people, either where you live, how you live, what you're doing with it. And I just want to say this as a side note. When you get insurance letters about rental insurance or homeowners insurance, or even your vehicle insurance that is cutting anything out, let's say, for example, flood insurance, natural disasters, fires, whatever it is, If you get something like that, get out immediately. Do not pass go. Just go. That could mean they know what's coming because most of that is not natural. So, but as for you, I feel like the 8-month mark is when the house you really want is going to come, but there will be houses prior to that that you like. They just don't have everything. And I do feel like price again, Mona. Really pay attention to the price thing. Oh, Pod Queen says, I have cooking classes at the food bank for free. I love that for single moms who are young and learning to cook on a budget for young kids. As I was one month. I do that once a month. That is awesome. See you guys. See right there. You can teach people just how to do laundry. And she does it at a food bank. You can go to rec centers. You can listen. There is so much we can do. And we think because we know it or because it's what everybody does, we assume they know how. Somebody needs to start giving people driving lessons. Like, yes, driving lessons, because there are a lot of people out here that just think they can do whatever they want in their vehicles. Somebody please teach them whether they want the lesson or not. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anyone because sometimes for justice. KS. Well, I know the obvious seek help for injustice. If someone, I think I missed something here. Nope. Okay. As if somewhere to move and no AR. KS, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand that. But KS, again, I'm going to say get with either social worker or a worker that works with housing or I forget what it's called right now, but they help you like a housing coordinator that can help you find a place that is more in alignment for you, that is very helpful for you. And I'm going to say this, there are a lot of apartments or some, depending on your area, that offer senior housing, and they really protect their seniors in those situations if you get into the right area. Okay. I just want to say I love you all. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Monday. And I will be here Wednesday at 7 p.m. doing my show again. And I hope you come back and join. If I did not get to answer your question, I apologize, but please do come back. I will be on Podbean Monday at 7, and I will be on YouTube Monday at 7. So please, and that is Central Time. So please come join me. I'll be happy to answer your questions and help you connect with loved ones. Okay.